Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426 and here is the second review of the day. Here we have another Beastbox review by 52 Toys. This is the Beastbox Jetsam. This is BB24, so I'm assuming this is the 24th product, or the 24th in the line as well for the Beastbox line. So this one is based on the turtle, as you can see from the cover of the box. Here we have the box, nothing too special. A typical box these days, they now have standardized the box, because back then they actually had 2 to 3 more designs for boxes. But yeah, I guess it's a good thing that they actually made it into one design. Here we have, as you can see, as components, as usual, we have the Beastbox charger, which you can connect from top to bottom or side to side as well. And the Jetsam is in its cube mode inside the cube. So these Beastbox lines are basically mechas, or small animal-based robots that can turn into 5 centimeter perfect cubes. And here we have some other components that are pretty much typical as well. Here we have the number 1, the instruction manual that shows both aspects, where you can turn the cube into the beast mode or the beast mode into the cube. So they actually show both ways, because a lot of figures don't do that as much as you think in terms of the instruction manuals. And now here we have the components. So for number 1, we get these cards that show a nice image of them and a small, proper profile of them. If you want to read them, you can always check it out as well by pausing this scene at the moment. Now looking at his stats, well, I guess it makes sense because it's a turtle, so obviously defense should be high. Turtles live long enough, so I'm assuming their intelligence should be on the high side as well. Speed is very low, although I'm assuming this is going to be his speed based on land, but of course in the ocean I assume he should be a little bit faster, but still, that in courage is actually kind of on the low side, oddly enough. Strength, I guess he's not much of a strength using character as well, so yeah, it kind of makes sense for his stats as well. So that's that, and once again we still get these PVC cards as well. So once again, they're about these size. The main way you're supposed to use it is to fold them in half and then put them inside the box, so that the PVC card will push out the cube mode, beast mode, the beast box, so you can pull it out easier. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, I barely use these as well. All right, so let's stop spinning the cube and let's see what we got. So here we have the box charger as well. Nothing too special about that. Now let's see what we got from the outside. Now I'm gonna be honest. I'm still working on the transformation on this one. It's still a little bit confusing for me as well. So this one has a lot of folding gimmicks here and there. So yeah. So hopefully, let's see if I memorize it correctly. So as here, you can already see the head popping out as well. So number 1, the manual kind of tells you to do. Based on the manual I memorized. Here is what you're supposed to do. So number 1, you do this. You open this up. You kind of move these flaps to the side, and then you can see there is a hinge here where you can move this down here. So that's that. And then number 2. You go to this side, I believe, and if I remember correctly. So here we have these wing-ish things. These are supposed to be the fins of the turtle. You're supposed to open these up to the side as well. And then here we have, you can already see the head over there at the moment, but you can move it if you want to do so. But you flip this up, rotate it 180 because it's upside down. And then now the back fins are a part that always confuses me as well. So I'm just gonna wing it for now. I'm just gonna, just do what I can do at the moment. So you move these out to the side, and then here we have another folding gimmick. It's already folded up, so now this one here is actually connected to this is actually a clip mechanism, so you have to pull out and with force by unclipping it. And then here we have another peg here, hole there, and then you just need to connect these two, bam, like that. And then there's another peg hole. You can pretty much what you expect to do. You connect them as well. Now, the manual, the sequence is kind of odd, but there's these parts which I'm not too sure what they serve for, but they tell you to kind of fold them into the inside as well. Now, mine is extremely stiff, so I'm not sure how to do that, but still, or I could be reading it wrong, or sometimes you have to do it like this. So I believe it has to be like this. As I mentioned, I haven't fully memorized it yet because, yeah, these were one of the more tricky ones for me to memorize. So I think I accidentally pulled down the head there. Now you have to extend these fins to make it look more natural as well, but it really depends on your taste. And then from here, it's just overall just cleaning up how the turtle looks. So once again, I'll be right back with the fully cleaned up turtle. Okay, I'm back. So I cleaned up all the turtle parts. So apparently I did a few parts almost correctly. I forgot to flip up the cannon, and then the back fins were not exactly all in the correct position, but I think I got them most of the time. And let's see what we got for articulation. So here we have the head part as well as the head. As you can see, it is able to rotate around because of the transformation. It's on a ball joint, and I think they did a pretty good job on the head design, sculpt and color wise as well. They used clear parts for the eyes, and then seeing this red section here on the face, I'm assuming it's supposed to be like a snapping turtle type. And you can open the mouth, although I wish you could open it slightly more, but this is also satisfying as well, because like unlike Torado, which couldn't really open the mouth as much as you think, but still, so that's a pretty good thing as well. And since it is on a ball joint, you are sorry about that, you are slightly able to move it up and down slightly as well, and then side to side tilt is also possible. But once again, if you want to go down, you can always do that, but that's mostly for the transformation. Okay, so now let's get the front fins. So the front fins actually have a good amount of articulation, so you can move them up and down as well, although this most of the articulation is for the transformation as well. And then we have another point where you can move forward and backward like that. And then we have a ball joint here, so pretty much 360 or whatever direction is possible. And then here we have another joint where you can fold the flaps up and down. And then here we have a moving point for the fins as well. This is mostly for the transformation, but still, it's a cool concept going on here. And now, before we go for the back legs, let's get the cannon. The cannon looks absolutely great because, once again, there aren't many beast boxes that actually show their weapons like out in the open as much as you can think. There's only a few I can actually think about, but still, and that's not clear. This is actually fully colored as well. Now the cannon may look a little bit awkward, or it may look like it's upside down, but that's just the way how it is. Or I guess if you want to do so, you can do it like that. So there are ways to work around with it, but according to the manual, it's supposed to look like that, where the square part is on the bottom. So yeah, but you can always, as you guys saw, you can always change it if you want to do so. Definitely liking that cannon design as well. The shell, this part is not supposed to move as much as you think, so yeah. Now they're supposed to clip in that hole there as well. There's a small peg here, but they don't really clip in, or at least on mine, they don't really clip in. So, but still, once they're in around the okay position, it should work. And then the back fins here, or the legs, whatever they call it these days. Once again, we have another ball joint here, and then we have another joint where you are able to rotate the back fin like this, and then you can move the fin up and down as well. And then here, technically, we do have this joint that can move to outward and inward, but that's mostly for the transformation as well. And there is one more part that the manual doesn't really mention. We have this trunk section here. Let me just flip up the... Can I? Give me a moment. Yeah, let me just flip up the shell. Here, once again, we have this back door here, which the manual doesn't really mention about it. I'm not sure what the main purpose is, because I'm as far as I know, unlike Leviathan, which was a whale, but which was more of a vehicle. If that had something like this, I would understand. But this one's actually like a sentient mech. So I'm not sure, or unless this is also supposed to be a vehicle. I can kind of see like a small door here as well, and who knows, but still, it's an interesting design. I wish they could somehow provide a little bit more story on the cards as well. And that's pretty much it for articulation. So once again, I really like the concept of these toys. Their design just gets better and better. And last night they actually announced, not exactly announced, but basically kind of, how should I say, kind of revealed something. They revealed a kangaroo type mech, which was orange, although I'm not sure if that was supposed to be the final color, but they're also working on a kangaroo now. And technically next week I should be receiving the Kabuto Red Beetle Beast Box, which I think it was called Demon Dart, and I'll be reviewing that as well soon. So yeah, if you're a big fan of turtles, or if you want to have a turtle mecha that doesn't require assembly, I say this is also a good choice to grab onto. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the review. This was the review of the 5-2 Toys Jetsam, the 5-2 Toys Beastbox Jetsam. Sorry about that. If you guys got any questions or requests, in the comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.